Coach Jake Tiesler here. Today I want to share with you some tips that I learned from this book that helped me overcome my social anxiety like immediately. Now, I read this book last night. I went out today to the gym and to the grocery store, and I used these tips from the book immediately to help me with my social anxiety, and I feel a lot more at peace and at ease. So here's the problem. When you have social anxiety, you're worried about yourself. Your self-consciousness turns in on your self-consciousness overrides everything, right? So like when you go in the grocery store, you start looking down, you start getting shy, maybe you start, when someone walks towards you, maybe you kind of lock up, you don't want to talk to people, you're kind of uncomfortable, right? You're all thinking about how, and then what happens is your focus starts thinking about yourself. Your focus is like, oh gosh, I'm acting weird, oh, I feel so uncomfortable, oh, and you're all self-consumed. Now, how to win friends and influence people, how does that actually help you get over social anxiety? It doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, sounds like a narcissistic, manipulative book. How to manipulate people to win friends and influence people. It's not like that, okay? I'm gonna have to speak loud because this ice maker and my food is in the air fryer. So, the deal is, you can get over your social anxiety by reading this book. The first rule is something like, let's look at the first rule. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Okay, so I believe in this first chapter, I'm going to summarize, I'm going to get to the juicy points that's going to help you get over your social anxiety, I promise. I just wanted to try to formalize this so you guys can understand better, but I don't know that I'm going to do a good job, so I'm just going to do it off the rip. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Okay, this is very useful. I have had a family system, we'll just say it that way without stepping on anyone's toes, that is a bit critical and very, I would not say it's in their nature to be encouraging. Now, if you were raised in a family that is not, I wouldn't even say supportive, because it's not that they're not supportive. I don't want to say that the family system is not supportive. I would just say that becoming an entrepreneur, your family's going to want you to be safe and not step outside of their kind of boundaries sometimes. And if you've got that small family system, right, that might be taught to you how to treat other people. So maybe I'm kind of critical of other people. I felt pretty criticized. That's the things that I picked up on. I'm kind of empathetic, kind of sensitive to other people's criticism. I notice it. It's just in my DNA. I'm self-aware and I'm aware of my surroundings a lot, probably because of getting picked on and having to use my senses to pick up, is this a safe environment or a not safe environment, right? So rule one, don't criticize, condemn, or complain. The point is, when you're kind of like, you were taught that's how to socialize with people, then you might notice yourself nitpicking other people, criticizing, complaining about them, right? So even just in my first interaction with the person at the gym, don't be so defensive. If you have social anxiety, a lot of times you're extremely defensive. Don't be like that, man. That person, you don't know anything about their life and they don't know anything. So this seems like a manipulative book. It's actually not. It helps you try to go into the other person. Think about the other person. So it's the opposite of anxiety and depression. Anxiety and depression is you're so caught up with yourself, your social position, your pains, your suffering. When you start reading a book like this, it helps you get out of yourself. It helps you learn how to see things from other people's perspectives and try to connect with them, because you can't connect with other people when you have social anxiety. And your natural talents and abilities and skills don't come out. So you're so stifled when you have social anxiety. This is how to get over that stifledness. Read this book. This will help you so much with your social anxiety. So even just, don't criticize, condemn, or complain. When you socialize with someone, honey does better than vinegar. I don't know the saying, right? But the point is, be pleasant for the sake of them. You don't have to guard yourself so much. You don't have to be so defensive. Another little epiphany I had the other day was, I said something stupid to one of the guys I rolled with, and I kind of made a comment about, he's a smaller guy and he's really tough. So I made a joke, like, I made a sly kind of comment to kind of tease him, but I'm not sure that he took it as a compliment. I think he took it as a criticism. And I felt really bad because I felt like, oh man, I felt bad for myself. But as soon as you switch it and you go, if someone said something like that to me, would it bother me? And I was like, no, I just kind of know they're teasing. And then you can relieve yourself. You can excuse yourself. You don't have to have that shame or guilt anymore. Shame and guilt's a big part of social anxiety and depression too. So that's another little epiphany I had. Number 2, the big secret of dealing with people. Now, this primarily is about, and you would think that this is kind of manipulation. It's not manipulation. It's talking about how to, it says, give honest and sincere appreciation. So, here Emerson says, every man I meet is my superior in some way, and that I learn of him. So you don't try to flatter people because that's BS. But you do be sincere. Flattery is cheap praise. We don't want cheap praise. Here's a definition that he used of flattery is telling the other person precisely what he thinks about himself. You can never say anything but what you are. So you have to be in a good energy state in order to interact with people in a good way. You have to feel good about your life purpose. And I posted this thing on IKIGAI the other day, and IKIGAI is a Japanese word for being in alignment. Wes Watson talks about being in alignment. A lot of people talk about being in alignment, but currently I'm going to be working with him in the future, and he's spot on about so much stuff. And I know he's a straight up G because he's going through this process like I am, and I know for sure he's gone through this, and he's elevated way above me. But I've got a taste of it now. Like, I real recognize it's real. Like, I know exactly where he's at. Like, and his energy's so far up there that he can help support other people because he was at the bottom. And raising your energy, getting yourself up and supporting people, that's why I have to work out in the morning. So Ikigai, I've got a bit of ADHD. Ikigai is the Japanese word, and it goes from, does your purpose line up with your actions, line up with like what you do for work, and line up with what you enjoy doing. So kind of like, do your talents, skills, and abilities line up with something you have interest in, you get paid for, and that you're good at, and do all those. So for me, coaching people and also working with a coach and going all in on, I just turned 40. And so getting myself into the best shape of my life, hiring a coach that's like $500 a month just to send a couple emails back and forth and change my diet, right? But that gives me accountability. And then I'm losing body fat and building muscle. And I'm on a bodybuilding program. And I can share all that knowledge that I learned from that IFBB pro. Like, he has people on Olympia stage. And I take all that knowledge that I learned from my self-exploration and my own personal journey, and people see the vibe is raised way up. And now I can go push that out to other people. And now I can help them get on my level, right? Because you have to raise yourself up to have followers. Like, you're not going to be able to influence anyone if you can't influence yourself, right? Right. So I have to get up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning, go train, and then come in and make a video. I have to eat my macros better than anyone else for me to be able to help them. Like, I have to be doing better than the people that I want to help. And you can't influence people. You can influence people if you're not good at it, if you're not actually living that lifestyle, but it helps a lot if you are, because you're congruent. That's the Ikigai. Like, you're congruent, like Wes says, be the person you want to be and then go share it with the world. Be the best version of yourself and go share it with the world. And that's what I'm currently doing. So the third rule is, he who can do this has the whole world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. And there were some points that I put in here. Yeah, you want to be thinking about what other people want. I'm at the cash register, they're working, they're having a busy day. They probably just want a pleasant interaction. They probably just want someone that looks them in the eyes, gives them a bit of respect. They have a lot of busy people in and out of there. Maybe not. Maybe they're careless. Maybe they're over their job, But one of the great things out of this book, let me find some quotes for you. Henry Ford says, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from that person's angle as well from your own. So trying to figure out, what are people looking for and what do they want? Like, we're so selfish, right? We're so self-consumed. We're thinking about, in a business negotiation, we're thinking about let me defend myself, let me see what I can get. Nobody wants that. You know, the easiest thing in the world is to think. That's what everybody's doing, is thinking about themselves. In a relationship, you don't think everyone's just guarding themselves, thinking about themselves? Like, if you truly want to influence people, be a good coach, be a good top 1% man or woman, and you got to be selfless, and not selfless in a weak way. It's like you have to help other people what they get what they want. If they want relationships, you have to help them get, like, it's not about you getting money. It's about you being the man and being able to help them get what they want, because you've already got it for yourself and you know how to do it, and you can help a lot of people. You know, that's where it's at. An increased tendency to think always in terms of other people's point of view. It says, if you can get anything out of this book, it would be an increased tendency to think always in terms of other people's point of view. So it's like, you know, you guys are watching this video. Is there any nuggets that I can give you guys in this video? And I can tell you this, my social anxiety was so bad, but after reading this book, when you go into a room and you go into a gym, you can realize what other people are thinking about. You say, oh, it's the front desk person. Oh, it's the girl on the treadmill. She's probably more concerned about what she looks like. The guy at the front desk, he's probably, you know, I don't know. If I was working at the front desk, would I have pride in that or would I not have pride in it? Probably depends if I'm 20 years old or if I'm 40 years old, you know? And, you know, there's a young black man working at the front desk, really young, you know, handsome black gentleman, you know, name was Tony at the front desk. And he's a new guy. And I was just like, cool, man. Like, I see you, you know? It's like, even just looking at someone in the eyes and giving them like a solid, like half of a second, let them know that you see them and you can say hello. You know, those people, you know, people that work, you know, that do your, you know, task, you know, like food and where you go to the gym, you know, those people see a lot of people, and you don't think you're going to see that person every day for maybe years. If you go to the same stores, like, treat those people like gold. Those are the people that allow you to get your food, allow you to get your gym, your work. These are your daily touch points. You know, make their day better by showing some gratitude, showing some appreciation. The number one thing people want is their attention. You know, I just told you that guy's name at the front desk because he was new and I remembered it. And it's like, that's Tony. And you know what? He's going to be happy to see me. So when we see each other, it's going to be a positive interaction. And that's how you get over some of that social anxiety. You got to quit worrying about yourself. It's pathetic, right? It is pathetic worrying about yourself so much. And I know what it's like to be stuck in that. So I just wanted to share this book with you. I just wanted to rip a quick video because I need to. And I figured there's a lot of stuff actually that I learned from this that can be useful for your social anxiety, depression, and just weirdness. You know, but principle 1, don't criticize, condemn, or complain, especially to other people. Don't never criticize it. You know, don't, unless you're their coach and that's your job. You know, no one likes to be around judgy people, you know, and I can be really judgy, but now I think I'm going to try my best to go into a new phase where, you know, I don't give that vibe off, you know. Principle 2, give honest and sincere appreciation. Yeah, you know, I told someone the other day, I left them a voice note because I know they're struggling with confidence, and I genuinely wanted to give them a compliment. So instead of holding back, I genuinely gave them a compliment. And help arouse in the other person an eager want. You know, you can build people's confidence, and people's confidence sometimes so low that they're just stuck in their life. So share your good vibes, build yourself up and get your vibes up, share your good vibes, help, you know, bring other people with you, and, you know, be the light, you know, that you can be, you know, build yourself up through working out, nutrition, get yourself, your body, your finances, your relationships healthy, and then go share that with other people. I just thought this stuff was really, really impressive. And the last one, just keep, I just want to continue this little phrase when we wrap this video up. if you don't get anything out of this book, the one thing that I would pick up from is an increased tendency to always think in terms of the other people's point of view. If you can do that, you're not being selfish. You're being empathetic. You're being open to hear other people's points of views so that you can connect with other people. You're not just a sociopath worrying about building your business or what am I going to do with this? You're not so worried, have a tendency to think from other people's point of view. It's so useful, especially in social settings. It will help you get rid of your social anxiety. And go check this out. It's on Amazon. How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie. There's a whole bunch of stuff about him. I'm not going to get into it, but thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, follow along. If you'd like to donate and the video was useful for you, you can give a tip, and the amount that it was useful to you, I'll put a link below. And smash the like button. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.